Hey guys, Jamie here. Welcome back to the channel where we take awesome out of the box. Now, one phone that's been getting a lot of attention recently for very good reason is the Xiaomi Redmi Note 9S. The phone that's just above 10,000 pesos hits all the right notes that we've come to expect from the company that we talked about in my previous video. A great spec sheet with a really aggressive price point. But does that make it a good gaming device? That's exactly what we're going to be talking about in this one. But before we begin, guys, just a quick reminder to sub to the channel and hit that notification bell. I also want to wish you guys well. I hope you guys are staying safe at home and staying healthy as well. As a bonus, at the end of this video, I'm also giving away a Redmi 7A, so make sure you stay tuned to the very end. Alright guys, so let's get back to the rest of the video, starting off, of course, with a review of the key specs of the Redmi Note 9S. Heading up the spec sheet is, of course, the processing package. At the helm of the Note 9S is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G processor. This is paired with either 4GB or 6GB of RAM and up to 128GB of storage. It's been great for day-to-day tasks during the week. I've been using it as my daily driver, and you'll see what it can do for mobile games later. For the display, you're getting a 6.67-inch Full HD Plus IPS display that's protected by Gorilla Glass 5. There is a punch hole to house the front camera, which is a little bigger than I'm used to, but I have learned to gloss over it. The display is pretty good for browsing and watching YouTube videos with the quality that you've come to expect from a panel of this type. Now, I know that some of you have concerns about screen bleeding, and I haven't noticed this issue on my review unit, but I have seen it pop up in some other reviews that I've read and watched. To make sure, double check if you do decide to order it. Rounding out the specs, at least that's important for gaming, is the battery. You've got a massive 5020 mAh battery on the Redmi Note 9S. Now, PC Mark's battery benchmark crashed multiple times, so I don't have numbers for you guys, but I am averaging about a day and a half before I do have to charge it up. Speaking of which, guys, it only supports 18-watt quick charging, so it will take somewhere around an hour and 45 minutes from 0 to 100%. So that's it for the recap of the key specs of the Redmi Note 9S. Before we get to the gaming test, guys, I just want to give a quick shout out to the folks over at GameBench. This is not a sponsored video by them, but they are the reason why we can get you the metrics in this video. So if you want to check them out, there's a link to their website down below. Without further ado, guys, let's get to the games, starting off with some Asphalt 9. So for the results of the gaming benchmarks for this particular title, it was a little surprising to me. We had it on high quality graphics, and while you are getting an average of 30 frames per second, which is the max since Asphalt 9 is locked to 30 FPS, the stability took a big hit at just 74%, and you will notice dips in the frame rates as races go on. Not a good start for the Redmi Note 9S, so let's move on to some NBA 2K20. For this game, I had the settings mostly on high with cloth simulation turned off. This is, by the way, what the game defaulted to, so let's check out how well it did. Now, if you want a quick pickup game of basketball, then you'll be pleased to hear that this device did really well on this title. It got an average of 57 frames per second at 94% stability, so generally it was pretty smooth. Most of the drops happen when you get a little cutscene that dipped down the FPS to 30, but overall games were pretty smooth all throughout. For the next game, this should be a very familiar title for most of you, Mobile Legends. Now for the settings, sadly, Ultra for the graphics is grayed out, so that means we're stuck on high for now, but HFR is available and I did turn on all the bells and whistles as well. I don't really play a lot of MOBAs, but here's some gameplay. should come to no surprise that the Note 9s scored perfect marks on ML with an average of 60 frames per second at 100% stability, and you should be able to get around the same results if this is your gaming genre of choice. Now, team fights were pretty smooth as well. Unfortunately, I'm not really good at MOBAs, but anyway, let's move on to the next title, which is Call of Duty Mobile. Now here's a quick look at the graphics that I used during this test with all the options turned on as well. So let's get on with the gameplay. For COD Mobile, you aren't getting really the best average FPS at the settings we used. We averaged 39 frames per second at 99% stability. I did notice that the frame rates drop at very crucial moments like in firefights, so I do suggest that you turn down the graphics to make it run a little smoother. That being said, let's move on to another battle royale, and it's another popular one, PUBG Mobile. So here are the settings that we used for this title. Unfortunately, it does cap out at HD graphics without GFX tool, but I did max it out as much as I could. Now, on to the gameplay. As we all know, PUBG caps out at 30 FPS with the settings that we used, and that's exactly what we got for the average at 93% stability. So in that sense, it was pretty smooth going, but there were a few dips here and there, but generally it was pretty consistent even during firefights. So is the Redmi Note 9s good for gaming? Honestly guys, for what you're expected to pay for this device, I think it did pretty well. With that price point, you are getting a solid device if mobile gaming is high on your checklist for picking out a new phone, and if your budget is around 12,000 pesos. I highly recommend getting the top-end variant if you can swing the extra 1,500. Again guys, you will need to turn down the settings if you're playing COD Mobile most of the time to make it run smoother, but if MOBAs are more of your thing, then you'll definitely have a good time with this device. Now, I did notice the Note 9s getting a little warm around the camera array while I was playing games, but it's nothing to be concerned about. But what do you guys think of the gaming performance for the Redmi Note 9s? Is it a phone that you're considering to get, or have you gotten it already? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now for the giveaway guys, everything you need to know is down below, but you will need to sub to the channel and hit that notification bell, plus follow us on Instagram. But I also want you to leave a comment down below on what's your favorite thing about the Redmi Note 9s and what games you plan to play on that device. Not this one, on that one. So that's pretty much it for this gaming review guys. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, sub to the channel, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll try to get to them as soon as I can. For all the latest tech news and gadget reviews, head to unbox.ph, plus follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. My name is Jamie. Peace, God bless, stay safe guys, and see you next time. But does that make for a good gaming device? For a quick recap of the Redmi Note 9s's piece, without further ado guys, let's get to the game, starting off with But what do you guys think of the gaming performance of the Redmi Note 9s?